Well, the stars are certainly out here at Club Menangle on Eureka Night, and I caught up with one of those stars. Unfortunately, he's on the sidelines at the moment. His sister's got a runner in the all-important Eureka. I refer to Jay Turpin. Well, Jay, good to catch up with you here at Club Menangle on Eureka Night. Unfortunately, in a day or two, you're heading to off to the surgeon for an operation.
Yeah, mate, had a bit of a hiccup in my last game, and dislocated my shoulder, and that's my season ending. Got to get surgery and look after it 4 to 5 months over the off-season.
Currently with the Canterbury Bulldogs. Unfortunately, they didn't do too well tonight against the North Cowboys, but no wonder you've got a crook shoulder, because at any given day, it's 50-plus tackles next to your name.
Yeah, I've sort of always been like that though, mate. That's my favourite part of the game is putting my head where people wouldn't put their feet, and that's the side of the footy that I love.
Yeah, the role of the hooker, as we used to call him, but the number 9 these days has changed dramatically. A lot of tackling and all that ball skill around the ruck, which you have truckloads of.
Oh yeah, thanks, mate. But yeah, no, I had a lot of good hookers that I've followed through the ranks, and got to work with the likes of Cameron Smith and Andrew McCulloch and all those sort of players, and now I've got Reid Marnie there as well that I can learn off. So it's I've been very lucky that I can get around with those sort of players.
We're going to discuss your path in rugby league, but that's one of the main factors. You're an outstanding player, and you've been most first grade sides, but you've always been behind, champion and Cameron Smith, but always top class players.
Yeah, that's just sort of the luck of the draw a bit. But that, I can't fault any of the teams I've been at. And I've learnt so much off these great players, and I start to pinch myself with the player that I've been around and not. So, look, I don't see it as like that. I just look at it as a learning curve, and not only are they great players, they're great people, which I try to learn off. Let's
turn the clock back to the younger days. Ipswich Jets.
Yeah, it was a great time. I learned a lot. I learned a lot of tough footy. Playing out for Ipswich, and so it was a great place to go to school and play footy up.
Jay, there's been a lot of talk about the Ipswich Jets coming into the competition in a couple of years' time. No doubt you'd be delighted to see that.
Yeah, it'd be great, mate. Yeah, they live and breathe rugby league out there, and I got to see that firsthand. And it's a great town, and I've got a lot of time for Ipswich.
Could we see Jay Turpin making the transition back to Queensland?
Oh, yeah, never say never, mate. Any opportunities that, pop up, I still got to look at it. And all my family are still in Queensland. I've got, 2 little nieces that, I don't get to see very often, so I'd love to get back there. But, I'm getting, I'm 27 now, getting on now, so, I've just got to look after myself and whatever's best for me.
2015, you headed to the Melbourne Storm. What an organisation.
Yeah, it was great, mate. Yeah, it was, I've been signed with the Melbourne Storm for ever since I was a young fella. Ever since I was 15, I think I signed when I was with Melbourne and spent 4 years down there. And I always say to people that's probably they made the player and person I am, more importantly.
From the front office right through to Craig Bellamy and then the players, they set a standard and you have to toe the line.
Yeah, exactly right, mate. Yeah, Craig sets it, and then you got when I was there, you had your players like the big three, and then you had people like Jesse Bromwich and Will Chambers and all those sort of players. And if you put a toe out of line, they'll definitely pull you up with. And it's just a great organisation.
Jake, have you ever been coached by a more emotional coach than Craig Bellamy?
I think emotional just means he cares so much about you. Everyone wants to play for Bellyache when you're there. He's just such a great person and such a great coach.
You headed back to the Broncos and spent 6 years there?
Yeah. I spent 6 years at the Bronx, mate, and I love that club and had a lot of good times there. A lot of great mates are still there, are still playing right now that I'm really close with. So it was a really good time.
You headed to Sydney, joined the Roosters, and now with the Canterbury Bulldogs.
Sydney was a bit of a change for me. I spent it last year with the Roosters and absolutely loved it. Such a good organisation, and now with the Doggies, and I'm loving every minute of it as well. We've got a new coach there, new young coach who's unbelievable, and we've got a real good young group and that are on the up.
I was speaking to Bronson Sherry just a couple of games in, and we're talking about it was just a matter of all the pieces of that puzzle coming together. Did it come as a surprise that it came so quickly?
I guess so, a little bit, but when the day I walked in there, I seen how connected our team was, and there's no surprise that they're playing the way they are at the moment. They're just so connected, and there's such a tough, gritty side, and that tough, gritty side can win a lot of games for you.
Very impressive man, Cameron Serraldo.
Yeah, he is. He's very impressive. I love him. I love every minute I spend with him at the club, and he's just a very really good person to be around, and you look forward to going there every day.
So let's talk harness racing. Your sister Chantel, one of our leading trainers, full stop, not just in Queensland but Australia-wide. She's just done a marvellous job, of course, combining with her husband Pete McMullen. What a combination.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Yeah, I love every minute. I get to go home and watch my sister's horses on TV. I watch it religiously, and yeah, sort of talk to Dad, Tony Turpin, every day pretty much about our horses, and he goes out there and checks on them, and it's pretty much all we talk about. We talk about 20% football and 80% horses. So yeah, I absolutely love the harness racing industry.
You did pony trots. Was there any consideration of following in the footsteps and going into harness racing?
No, not really. I was always footy when I was younger. My sister was always with the horses and whatnot. So yeah, I was always sort of footy mad when I was younger. But as I've got older, I've really loved to get around the horse industry.
These scenes tonight at Club and Angle, just amazing. Sorry.